Hello fellow travellers, and today I'll be telling you the most recent upcoming changes from the Chinese Pioneer test of the 1.1 patch. The most recent QA from the developers highlights mostly quality of life changes, some without an estimated release while the rest are confirmed for patch 1.1. First, we'll gloss over future changes without a confirmed date. Mini social events will be introduced soon. The ability to disable auto camera is also being worked on. Extra XP when upgrading equipment will be returned. Ability to report players in multiplayer. And finally, keyboard and controller remapping, a long time requested feature since the closed beta tests. Now let's go through the confirmed quality of life changes coming in patch 1.1. The ability to log your weapons and artifacts. Encyclopedia for monsters, animals and plants, a compass that detects any remaining Anemoculus and Geoculuses, able to use food and healing items faster, presumably via a key binding, elemental reaction bug for water and lightning will be fixed, a fix for Lisa's attack that is sometimes unable to inflict elemental reactions, bugs all around elemental reactions will be addressed, and finally, fix for the low damage on overload reactions. Now, let's move on to new items being added to the game for patch 1.1. First here we have a previously mentioned item in other leaks, the Pocket Waypoint. An item that will allow the traveller to place down a waypoint in an area we so choose, saving the location that we can teleport to as any other waypoint. This will likely be used to make our daily farming routines that little more accessible and painless. For now we can only guess that it saves one point at a time, so choose which route wisely. Second item on the list we have the Wind Spirit Catcher, or as I've dubbed it, Venti Spirit in a Bottle. A simple item that will allow you to capture those little wind spirits usually scattered around Mondstadt by chests with an air barrier. This item will simply allow you to generate a gust of wind to prop you up into the air, as they would normally anywhere you so choose. A little something for our travellers not quite lucky enough to grab the Wind Archon himself. Thirdly, we have the Portable Nutrition Bag, an item that can store up to 2 food items at a time that will allow you to quickly consume 2 lots of food, such as resurrecting food, alongside HP restoring food. This makes it easier during battle to consume, presumably to coincide with the quick eat function being added. And lastly, we have a resin item that can be created. And no, as heated as the topic is right now, this item at least is nothing to alleviate most people's concerns. Instead, by spending 80 resin with this other item here, you'll be able to create 2 of an item called Concentrated Resin, practically creating your own fragile resin in short, that can be stored. So if you're not particularly interested in playing the game one day, or are just too busy, you can simply log in, store your resin by creating this item, and save your daily resin for another day. Also, though I'm not personally 100% on this, it seems there'll also be an option to use concentrated resin when claiming loot, like say from the small bosses or the weekly bosses, for a chance of better rewards. Now, with the items out the way, let's have a look at our first event, the Fabled Gliding Challenge. The event will be done in stages where you'll try and complete certain challenges, likely within a time limit, and earn points in order to obtain either a bronze, silver, or gold medal per challenge. Completing these challenges will offer various rewards. What rewards? Well, you can only see these 2 here on the screen, but I'm sure there's better, after completing the harder challenges. Finally, let's take a look at the upcoming story boss coming in patch 1.1. Now, this is the story boss. So for those that haven't caught up or have not reached that part of the story yet, I advise to skip ahead or just end the video here, because from here on out there will be spoilers. With the disclaimer out the way. Child. No, not that child. This guy. Looks to be the new end story boss to finish off Liu's storyline. New instance opening up just below Liu Harbor, named Golden House. Around here. He'll become the third weekly boss for us to tackle, and will have two forms, mostly looking in the trend similar to the wolf boss, having two stages to the fight, where when you get him to about half HP, it will trigger the second form, probably changing some of his mechanics. As for rewards, he seems to drop an item that can be traded in at an event shop, giving you a little more control over what you can obtain rather than loot being purely RNG. Here are some of the items that can be traded in for. Obviously, as you can see, ascension items, whatever else, we're not entirely sure, but this is all we have to go on. Okay, that's all for today's news, travellers. I'll try keep you up to date with future content. Hopefully this made the information a little more digestible. I'm incredibly new to this, so any criticism is welcome. Just put down a comment down below. Let me know what you thought, what I can do better, but otherwise, this is all the news for today. I want to have a huge shout out to Zeniot, I believe that's his name. If I get it wrong, please correct me. But he's the one that's been translating everything that you've seen in this video today. I'll put a link to his Twitter below. Give that guy a follow, a shout out. He usually posts like new updates on leaks of the Pioneer test. I'm just practically just relaying this information in video format. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.